Hey Jeff.
How are you?
I spotted this little booth here, the Shutterstock.
Yeah.
And it says, calling all music producers, earn money on every track. And I thought, that looks like an interesting proposition. I must talk to this gentleman and find out what that's about. So tell me more.
So Shutterstock 2 years ago acquired a company based out of Montreal called Premium Beat, which is originally a music library. So now from Montreal we manage two music libraries, Shutterstock Music and PremiumBeat.com. And we're here looking for new composers and producers to join our writing team. So we outsource the making of the music to a team of about 300 producers now from all over the world who write the music that we then place in the library and sell to clients ranging from anyone doing a wedding video to Apple or BMW or even the Barack Obama campaign using our music.
And so, I mean, Shutterstock, the wider company, and then really famous for stock
Photos.
Images and stock video as well now, I think, as well. Right?
Yeah, so now we manage the footage division and the music division out of Montreal, and the photo is still managed out of the head office in New York City.
So how does it work? Is it kind of a bit like publishing / label deal? Is that how for someone who might be approaching you guys? How do they do it?
For the composers and producers, we buy out the music that they compose for us for a fixed fee that we discuss when the producer is handpicked via Skype, and then we kind of help this producer with revisions. We give him an artistic direction. We focus on a specific genre that the producer is best in. And then he's matched with a rep in our music team, and so on. He composes, the rep gives him revisions. When we reach one song, we repeat the process for a batch of 5 songs, then we acquire the 5 songs, we pay out via PayPal. So it's a very automated but humanized system that we've developed with each producer that works very well. And then so on, it's the job from home for composers. Really.
All right, because some libraries do it via royalty splits and accounting. I guess that becomes quite difficult to administrate, right? So it's easier to do it by hand.
Yeah, and then sometimes it leads to a producer working a lot and not getting the revenues that he or she deserves because the song doesn't sell, because the library is overcrowded with crap, and that's what we try to not do. And we curate as much as possible, finding the right producer, and then making sure that the tracks coming out of that producer are as top-notch as they can be.
So I guess the one question would be, obviously you buy out a track for X, and then suddenly Coca-Cola or the Olympics come in and take it off the hands. Do you have like kind of contingency triggers so that if you do get a really crazy deal, there's a little bit of kickback for the producer in that situation?
There is, but only in the form of PRO revenue. So we'll pay the upfront payments to the composer, and we'll buy out the rights to the track. However, we'll register each track with the appropriate PRO that the composer is registered with in his country, and we have direct ties with almost all of the PROs. And
so
then
PROs are
performance rights organization, who distribute then the writer share entitled to the composer, and we receive the 50% sync share. So that's the way that composers can make an extra buck with heavy placements, if you want.
I got you. So, all right. So, what's the process? Say I've seen your banner. I think, I want to go for this. I've got some tracks. What do I do?
The process is pretty simple. You go on Shutterstock Music or PremiumBeat.com, any of the two. Go to the bottom of the website. I can show you on the iPad if you want. So this is Premium Beat, for example. If you scroll down to the bottom of the website, there's artist inquiry here. On Shutterstock Music, it's become a contributor. Leads you to the same form that the composer can now fill in. And then are you a member of PRO, yes or no, fill in the country, your name, etc. And upload up to 5 MP3s just to give us an idea of your work and the level of your work. And then this gets to the review team. And please keep in mind, be patient for all the composers that are submitting, because we get about 40 people submitting every day. We filter through and we reach out to the best of the best, really, and then start working together.
Okay, and I'm curious, I mean, you must have a handle on the sort of trending
genre,
the trending genres, also maybe the kind of length of tracks that people are looking for.
Yeah.
How does that work? What are you seeing?
I always recommend to browse through the website and listen carefully to the song structure of any genre for producers who are submitting in a specific genre. There is a typical kind of 2.5, 3 minute song length if you want, with usually a pretty standard structure of intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro.
Yeah.
Very typical. And the genres that are most popular, everlastingly corporate. As if this was a genre, but it is in stock music.
A corporate genre.
Corporate, uplifting, happy,
Corporate beat.
Yeah.
Corporate step.
Trending right now, I'd say we were getting a lot of requests for hip hop and tropical pop, house kind of thing, Justin Bieber-ish. I'd say in stock music, the trends are a little, a year late than what it is on the real market.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So is there much room for originality in what you have to do, or do people want more generic stuff?
There is, but you got to work around the structure, the typical standard structure. But the originality and the skills come in the details around that structure and the production quality. And the research in plugins, and are you recording real instruments, or what kind of mics are you using? So we're very picky in terms of quality, because we aim to be the choice right after. If a company doesn't have the time or the budget to do custom work for their visuals or their media, they'll come to us, and that's why we aim to have such a high quality song.
And I guess repeatability, because if somebody goes, I want that track, but I need a bed that lasts for 6 minutes, more or less the same for whatever, then you would go back to the composer and ask them to produce that, would you?
We don't do that. So to avoid going back to producers, we found a way to ask for a full-length track of 2.5, 3 minutes, and then we ask each producer for each track to provide us with a series of short versions, 15, 30, and 60 seconds, and then 6 to 10 on average loops from that track. When a client goes and downloads a license for any track, he'll receive the full length, the short versions, and the loops, so that he can use that track in any way possible with any length of time he needs.
I guess that's probably the harder part, is coming up with those short versions. I mean, it's because 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, while it's still difficult to compose, I mean, condensing that into 15 seconds. That's where a lot of the skill lies, right?
Once you get the gist of it, it becomes natural. It's just making a short intro, then the main theme of the song, short outro, and then condensing that to a 15-second. But it's very important, and that's just to give flexibility to the video editors using the tracks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.